Alright, they started streaming and we're about to do something new. Hello, everyone! We are doing a podcast now!
Hey guys, welcome to our
Doing a
podcast. The
podcast!
thing every unfunny white person does. Of
Yes!
course, I'm the unfunny white person here.
And I'm somewhat white. I'm Mexican mostly, but I'm mostly white. So I guess that argument is kind of valid. And welcome to our new stream, which I am linking now to Flautus, so that way I can actually show her what the image that we're going to be going with throughout this whole entire stream. Yes, I know I could do better, but right now I'm going with this image.
I mean, what is this channel without Skeletor? Honestly, he's the real MVP here.
Exactly! I am the MVP! I still can do that voice, and I don't know why.
Hey, it's just fun.
Yeah, that is true. Oh, hello there, Ramirez. We're doing a podcast. We're going to be doing something different today. I was thinking about... Yes, hello there. But I was thinking about doing this for a while now. Like, having like a talk show, show for a bit. You know, just so that way we can have some fun, maybe play a few games, maybe talk about just random stuff, really. And bringing on some guests occasionally. Today's guest being, of course, introduce yourself, my favorite guest.
Hmm. What?
I was saying, introduce yourself.
Well, hi, I'm Flautus.
Hello there, Flautus.
I just bought a blender and I'm currently obsessed with small household appliances.
Which is a good thing, I guess. Well,
Is it?
Yes, exactly, or is it? And like I said, we'd be doing like different categories each kind of time we do this. Today's being different opinions, but usually it's just like, hey, let's talk for a few minutes and then we can get to the category, or hey, let's do some fun stuff first. But I'm not really sure. This is my first time doing a podcast and such. So I think we might as well get to like the category first of this episode, like different opinions. Like today we're going to be talking about like opinions that we feel alone in, or unpopular opinions in general, if anything.
Alright, so who wants to share first?
I would say rock, paper, scissors, shoot for it, but I guess since this is my podcast, I guess I can go first. But let's see, which opinion should I go with first? You know what? I should probably look around for a bit on my list of opinions, and oh yeah, I remember one. There is one that I actually have. And the first one I'm going to say is, like, and this is going to hurt me a bit. Like, oh, hello there, Aqua. Nice to meet you. We're doing a podcast today. But back to the subject in hand. Like, my first unpopular opinion that I'm going to share is that Kingdom Hearts 3 was kind of overhyped. Don't you agree?
Oh yeah, that is an unpopular opinion, but I will say I was disappointed with a few things in it. A few things being primarily the way they handled Kairi and Aqua. I wanted to see them have a chance to be badass. And they weren't.
Well, yeah, that's also true. Like, everyone didn't feel like in their full potential and such. It was more like, oh, hey, I'm here, and I'm here, and I'm here, and I'm here. But there's nothing really there, though. Like,
let me show you the strength of my heart. Immediately gets defeated.
Yes, exactly. But it's like, they built up so... Here's the thing, though. Square Enix built up the whole entire game, Kingdom Hearts 3, to be like this big magnum opus, the final farewell to the Xehanort saga, and all this other stuff, but...
Also, that Frozen level needed to have Elsa as the villain.
Exactly. Like MatPat
Like
said.
Elsa just needs to. Disney needs to man up and just have Elsa be a villain at some point.
Exactly, but they don't.
Well,
They
they
won't put.
should have had her be the villain in her first movie, even if she reforms at the end.
Yeah, I know, but let me just. Well, yeah, but they wouldn't do that for one thing. Disney's basically just like, oh no, Elsa's our moneymaker. We won't do that.
Yeah.
Every girl wants to be Elsa. Every boy wants to be Elsa. Everyone wants to be Elsa. We can't.
Okay, but y'all know there were girls out there who wanted to be Maleficent, right?
Yeah, that is true as well. But like
There's an entire musical for people who wanted to be the Wicked Witch of the West.
exactly, that's wicked. As I was saying, that like all the build-up that they had for Kingdom Hearts 3 was basically like, oh hey, here's 5 different games to show you, hey, this story's going to be important for some reason. Only for it to feel like,
It was just pasted in at the last minute.
yeah, exactly. There wasn't, nothing felt really at stake. Even in the end, it was just like, oh hey, this happened. But too bad we can actually fix it that easily.
I mean, also, I know Disney is kind of soft uncanoning Max because of the Goofy Fucks meme, but, you know, 1, Goofy Fucks, and 2, Kingdom Hearts really needed Max in it to round out Goofy's character.
Exactly.
I just, it would have been so much more impactful if we had met Max at 1 or 2 points during the series.
Yes, it probably would have. But going on back to that character development and such, again.
Oh, hey, Aqua wants to join the voice chat.
Oh, yeah, we can. Hold on a second.
Absolutely, let's have this debate.
Oh, yes, let's go over to the Chili Punks for now, because I really don't know where to actually hold these
I'm gonna add a 3-way call. Alright, guys, we'll be back, and when we get back, we will be having a 3-way voice chat.
Yes, exactly.
Bye for now.
Bye for now. Yes. As soon as I wait, yes, I am alone for a bit. But as I was saying, every bit of those characters that we saw throughout the whole entire games, every bit of development that we had, just felt like they were thrown away for some reason. Like, Axel doesn't really feel like Axel anymore. Aqua, who went from like, oh, I just want to save my friends, just saves her friends and then nothing afterwards. Like, she has nothing. And now we're waiting for the 3-way call, which might take a while. Okay, how do I entertain you guys while we wait? It's a world of laughter, it's a world of cheer. It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. That was a horrible voice impression of Skeletor singing. I don't know why I decided to do that while waiting. I'm just trying to get some ways to, like... hold on a second. Alright, I think I got this set up.
Alrighty.
Alright, you were wanting to say, Aqua.
Yeah, I wanted to say that I don't think it was overhyped at all. I think it was hyped up just right because I've been waiting ever since 6th grade for this game to come out. And I'm so glad that Aqua finally got pulled out of the realm of darkness because I've been waiting for a long time for that. I do agree that Kyrie could have been handled better and be more badass, but she doesn't have as much experience as the rest do, so I see their point there.
Yeah, but like she spent that whole time training with Axel.
Oh yeah, in a place of no time.
Yeah.
As I was saying earlier, like, speaking of which, though, every character feels like they've been thrown away. Like, okay, let's take, for example, Kingdom Hearts 2, Sora. Remember how he acted? Remember how he was, like, a good character then? Now,
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora does kind of feel like he lost his personality somewhere.
yeah.
That's me.
Like, Kingdom Hearts 1, it's understandable for him to actually be like the new worlds. He's starting out. He's actually living his dream of going through new worlds and such. But then all of a sudden, we go to number 2, he's more experienced and understands how this works and actually knows he has to save the world and such. And then you have Dream Drop Distance, which dumbed him down a lot. I think that was possibly the lowest point for Sora. And then you have 3, which seems like a mixture between Dream Drop Distance and Sora from number 1.
I liked how they handled his character.
Well, that's fine and such, but I just felt...
I mean, I'm okay with him being, you know, kind of a lovable, dorky dumbass, but... Because, let's face it, he's not the brightest bulb in the box.
But,
like me.
But, or me, but...
or me, definitely. But it just feels like it's... Well, it just felt like it went backwards with its character growth and such. Compared to, like, with number 2. Compared to, like, what happened with number 2.
Yeah. Hey, I'll be right back. I'm gonna top off my smoothie.
Alright, then.
Okay.
That's...
So,
oh, so you were going?
Go ahead. I was about to ask what voice chat... I mean, no, what favorite boss fight from Kingdom Hearts 3 you had.
Boss fight from Kingdom Hearts 3?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see. The boss fights from Kingdom Hearts 3, my favorite... That's actually a hard question for me. Was like... Again, the bosses didn't feel right either. Compared to, like, number 2. It's like number 2 that felt like there was more action, more interactivity within number 1. Or number 3, blah, I'm messing up on my words. But, like, with number 3, it literally feels like number 1, but a bad way. Just like, press X rapidly. Don't do anything aside from pressing X rapidly and using your thunder spells constantly, just like in number 2. But here's the thing, it doesn't feel like there's a lot of effort as in, like, all the other bosses.
Well, I get stressed out pretty easily, so I'm kind of fine with that. Because I get frustrated pretty easily at video games, so it's best if I don't get stressed out. That way Mom doesn't have to yell at me to calm down.
That is... well, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
But, like, I would actually say that, like, out of all the bosses that I actually will say that I actually like, I would say it's the final boss. The final boss does actually feel like a real boss, in my opinion.
That one was a good one. Though it does give you some anxiety when when he takes away your light. And you don't have the ability to heal there.
That's the only reason why I like that boss. It was actually challenging compared to every other boss, which felt more or less like, I could just press the X button and occasionally the triangle button or some other button, and I'll be fine. I'll be completely fine. There will be no consequences from this fight. And that's the main problem. It doesn't feel like there's any consequences or anything really bad happening. You just press X.
I'm fine with that. And I did goof around during boss fights by trying to take pictures of the bosses in mid-battle. Including Xehanort. I tried getting that timed perfectly like this one user online did, and I failed.
But yeah, that's about my rant of Kingdom Hearts. That's about my rants on the bosses.
I mean, I'm bad at games, so I thought it was challenging, but also I'm bad at games.
One of my favorite boss fights from the game was definitely the skull one, where Hans turns into a giant ass werewolf, wolf-like heartless in the frozen world.
That one just felt out of place to me. I know Hans is the villain and stuff, but Elsa really should have been the villain.
I still love that boss fight, with the awesome howls where he goes
the fight itself is cool. Just the story around it is kind of
meh.
I didn't really care for the story around it.
Let's climb this mountain about like 3 different times.
That's basically. I kind of hope that they make a Funko Pop of that Heartless because it just looks so damn awesome.
There's probably already statues of it or something like that. Just go to Wish and you'll probably find it. But
speaking of Funko Pops, I'm hoping I get a lot tomorrow for my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Aqua!
It's not exactly my birthday yet, but it will be in 2 hours, so yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I'm going to apologize in advance because, I mean, if are we still talking about Kingdom Hearts or are we moving on to another unpopular opinion?
We could talk about either.
Go ahead.
Alrighty, so my first unpopular opinion of the night is about to take a huge dump all over the MCU.
Oh no.
And my opinion is that the reason people were so obsessed with no spoilers is because the spoilers were all that Endgame had going for it because the writers are too cowardly to have the characters actually be friends.
I'm not gonna say anything here.
I've never seen Endgame yet.
Oh,
but I have to say this. I have to know. How did they F it up?
I'm not I'm not invested in the MCU. I saw 6 Marvel movies before Endgame, and Infinity War wasn't even one of them.
Oh, you need to watch that before Endgame.
I followed Endgame just fine without it. But anyway, the thing is, I was kind of thinking that by Endgame, characters might actually have relationships with each other, or be friends in some way. And instead, it's just well, I don't like you, but I'm still gonna, risk my neck for the greater good or whatever. And I'm just they're still doing that? Guys, I may be a sucker for the power of friendship, but come on!
I want a Keyblade and just scream the power of friendship just to be a dummy.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. But, could you imagine if the Avengers, had the power of friendship on top of that? Because, if the Avengers were actually friends, then, Iron Man and the Hulk share a bonding moment by a campfire is not a spoiler that would ruin the movie, because that's something you'd still have to see to fully appreciate.
Mm-hmm. That is true, yes. I just haven't seen Endgame yet because, well, one of the reasons is because I kind of refuse to. Because I know what happens due to spoilers given to me by my brothers and some friends. For one thing, Captain Marvel, I know is useless in that movie.
Basically.
I don't know how they did it. I don't know how you prove this woman to be, the most powerful woman in the galaxy. Not to mention, oh, hey, this is an important character. You should pay attention to her, because she's important. Girl power. Only for her to just be thrown away.
Well, they did. If she was
because in the movie, they're cowards.
If she, I did see this online. If she was in the movie fighting Thanos like that, then there wouldn't be much of a movie.
I don't care. If you build up this character to be like this, then there should be a reason to actually use her. It's like using Superman. You have him.
I was about to say DC wouldn't nerf Superman like this.
Exactly. DC wouldn't nerf him. They'd just be like, oh hey, here's Superman. He can help. And even if you don't want him to fight, make the villain do something that causes so much destruction to make Superman take care of that instead.
Yeah, like, honestly, just having Captain Marvel running damage control would have been a better use of her character.
Like...
I forget what I was going to say. Go ahead.
Well, and the other thing I know is that they destroyed Thor! And they destroyed Peter Quill! Like, how do you destroy... Well, Thor wasn't really the best until he until, like, Ragnarok. That's another opinion I have. Thor wasn't really
I love that movie.
Thor wasn't really a good character until Ragnarok. Because, like, even the actor playing Thor was
I have to say, though, it was hilarious to see him in that shape throughout the movie.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, when I first saw it on the opening day.
Again, I haven't seen it, so I wouldn't actually know.
Okay,
but
I will not spoil. Yeah.
But, like, I heard so much about how they destroyed his character. And it's like, how could you do this? These two were basically your best MCU men, next to, like, Iron Man and Captain America. Which,
and Spidey.
Yeah, Spidey as well. By the way, I've seen Spider-Man Far From Home.
Another unpopular opinion. Spider-Man being out of the MCU is not necessarily a bad thing.
It is to me.
Okay, then I'm willing to stop my endgame rant. I want to hear this.
All I'm saying is, before the MCU, we had the Sam Raimi movies, and, you know, without the MCU, we still had Into the Spider-Verse. Spider-Man is a solid character on his own.
That is true, yes.
You mean Miles Morales and Peter B. Parker?
Yeah. Oh, also, I'm pretty sure Peter B. Parker is from the same Earth as Peter Parker in the MCU, which theoretically means that MCU Peter Parker grows up into Peter B.
Oh, shit.
Again, I accept that theory.
I would be interested in seeing that movie.
I don't think my sister knows about the potential Sony and Disney split over Spidey, because she's a big fan of Tom Holland. And
actually, that thing actually ended, and it ended with Sony taking the rights to Spider-Man.
Damn it!
Yeah.
What the fuck?
But there's one thing. Tom Holland is still being Spider-Man.
I still think he should be in the MCU, because all that story about him becoming the next successor for Tony goes right out the window like that.
I thought it was totally unfair for everybody to expect him to become the next Tony Stark, because there's only one Tony Stark, and also he's 15.
Exactly.
I'm still pissed off, though.
Well,
I mean, like, that storyline made absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. It just wasn't Peter Parker. Peter Parker, to me, is just always going to be the broke high school student, the broke college student, or the broke photographer trying to make rent in New York City.
Or broke general person in general.
Yeah.
Like me. No job, don't want a job, I'm stuck in college, yada yada, flip.
In my opinion, like, again, you guys were right. Like, Spider-Man being like that is basically the best Spider-Man, in my opinion. Like,
I love Tom Holland Spider-Man. He's my favorite.
I will say this about Tom Holland. Tom Holland makes an excellent Spider-Man that is starting out. I like him. That's the only reason why I like him. He starts off as like he actually acts like a superhero actually starting off. We don't get that much with other hero movies. Like, with Batman, you don't get that really. You don't get that really with Superman either, really. Unless you count Superman, Man of Steel. But you also don't get that really with any other heroes, except for Spider-Man. With every other hero, it's just like, oh hey, I'm a hero now.
I mean, like, I'm just naive when it comes to this, and I just love everything about Spidey in the MCU. I'm just that naive type.
I'm not opposed to Spidey being in the MCU. I just think it makes no sense to pair him up with Stark.
I will also agree.
See him as a father figure.
I agree with Flatus on that one part. Like, there really is no reason for him to be a father figure to, like, Spidey. Like, it would make more sense if it was, like, Uncle Ben, not Iron Man.
He did lose his Uncle Ben before Homecoming and before he came Spidey.
Yeah.
So.
Like, that makes sense. Like,
excuse me, I'm so sorry. I got Pepsi.
I mean, like, I could actually, you know who I think would be a better, or who I think could be more fun to pair Spidey up with for the father-son dynamic?
Who?
Hawkeye.
Ooh.
Hawkeye would actually
Mohawk,
be pretty fun.
Hawkeye.
Because Hawkeye's already a dad. He would recognize a kid in need of a father figure.
I did get a Hawkeye Funko Pop the other day, though.
And, you know, they both engineer their own stuff for the most part. Mm-hmm. So they could still work together. But their powers are also different enough that they complement each other.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
We haven't met before. I'm Clint. I don't care. From Civil War. That Black Panther said to him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help but quote it.
Because, like, again, like, it doesn't... Even though it does happen in the comics, I will say that. In Civil War, Iron Man's like, hey, if you make this deal with me, I will give you and your aunt the best housing ever. And your wife as well. Because in Civil War, in the comics, he's married to MJ.
Yep.
But only if you unmask yourself in public.
Okay, that's just bull.
Yes, that's basically... Iron Man is basically a villain in Civil War.
Yeah, I know. You know, the whole
it had to take
Registration Act, like forcing people to give away their secret identities to the government and the public. Yeah, that's a violation of civil rights.
Yeah, basically Iron Man was a villain in that book, and it took about, like, the first Iron Man film to actually make him a good character again.
The MCU Iron Man's my favorite out of Iron Man from the comics. I missed Iron Man.
Alright. So, back on our topic of unpopular opinions. Who's next?
I have no idea what the hell to talk about, so...
I mean, theoretically, you're next.
Oh, I'm not sure if this is unpopular or not yet, because it just came out, but I was watching Man of Medan, the Until Dawn spin-off, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love it. I really want... I don't know if it's an unpopular opinion or not, but I just really want to buy it and play it myself because the jump scares are pretty good.
I've only played Until Dawn, and I gotta say this. It's the best interactive horror movie ever.
Oh, yeah. I don't care what people say about it. I love it.
If you ever get a chance of... If you ever get a PS4, Flatus, which I'm pretty sure you do have a
I have one.
Yeah, I don't know
what... Yeah, she played Kingdom Hearts, so that, yeah.
Yeah, I'm stupid occasionally, I will admit that. But,
so am I, don't worry.
But if you have the time and money, want to watch a movie yet interact with it, I'd say get Until Dawn.
Just be careful about the choices you make, though. Every choice matters.
Mm-hmm.
Butterfly effect.
It should be cool.
It feels like that. It feels like that Cabin in the Woods movie, if anything. That's the best way I can.
I haven't seen it.
Well, I haven't either. I just know about I just know the popular impact it had, but that's basically how it is, in my opinion. It's basically the impact that movie have, but as a video game.
I do have another unpopular opinion.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I liked Spider-Man 3.
Okay.
That's unpopular?
I guess.
Yeah, it's unpopular. I think the general consensus was that the movie was bad and weird.
I loved it.
Oh, I actually... Wait, I did see it. Yeah. I enjoyed it.
I honestly had no idea that Topher Grace was Venom until like about a year ago. And I was like, what? I'm a dumbass.
I always forget who plays Venom. That's how forgettable he is to me. But the movie itself, I don't mind. Like, I actually did like the Sam Raimi trilogy. Spider-Man 2 is the best of the films, in my opinion, but...
Oh, yeah, but, you know, all three of them were pretty good.
Yeah, 3 is good.
Yeah.
Or at least fun.
Yeah, the dance scene, I'm just like, oh my god now. But yeah, the tune's stuck in my head now. You know, da, 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 da,
Okay, may I also give out like another unpopular opinion?
Shoot.
I didn't mind the dance scene. I'm not saying it was good, mind you. I just think it was basically just like, okay, that's there. I don't mind it.
Yeah, it's just like alien symbiote going like, okay, do humans do this? And makes Peter do it.
It's, in my opinion, it's like that one scene from The Return of the Jedi. You know, that one bar scene.
Haven't seen it.
The Return of the Jedi, the third Star Wars film.
I haven't seen any Star Wars movies because I'm not a fan.
Oh, okay then. Wait, Flautus, you know what I'm talking about then, right?
Yeah, in Return of the Jedi?
Yes. The song scene.
It's been a while since I've seen Return of the Jedi.
Okay, then. I'm going to have to look this up. Okay, hold on. You two watch the stream. Make sure you're wearing headphones so that way it won't, capture any of this. But hold on a second. Star Wars Return of the Jedi. Hold on. Where is it?
It's okay.
There it is.
I'm just staring at Skeletor, just screaming at nothing into the microphone.
Hold on. Let's see. Alright. I'm only gonna do this for a bit. All right. Here we go.
Inception. About the multiple screens.
This scene.
The fuck?
Yes, that's the scene I'm talking about. It's just it's just there. I don't mind it.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna stop it so that way I don't get a copyright strike because you know,
of course,
it's Star Wars. Disney will basically copyright me for that stuff.
But still.
Yeah, that's basically what it's like.
Weird.
It's like, okay, I'm fine with this. Maybe it's because I grew up with that film. I mean, I'm 25 now, but you know what? I still enjoy that. I still enjoy it. I grew up with it. I didn't mind it.
Yeah.
But as you were saying about Spider-Man 3.
I liked it still. Shit. I did love the bloopers from it.
There were bloopers to that film?
Yeah, they're on YouTube.
I didn't know that.
Mhm.
Huh.
I have no idea what the hell I'm gonna talk about now about the movie.
Alright, so...
I'm just glad Gwen Stacy didn't die in that trilogy.
Well, she barely had any screen time to begin with.
True.
Alright.
Are we moving on to another unpopular opinion?
Go ahead.
Alright then.
No, it would be Cooney's turn this time.
Oh.
Alright, so my opinion. Shoot, I probably should think of opinions more often. I know I have a bunch, but hold on. I know I have a bunch. I just have to look them up real quick. I had it written down, and yet I can't think of any. Oh yeah, now here's... Well, maybe you two won't be interested in this, but the hate that Pokemon gets, or is getting now, it is undeserved. that's one opinion I will give out. Like, the hate Pokemon is getting right now is undeserved. Like, I don't really know how to explain it to you two, but basically it's more like, oh, we like all the first gen Pokemon and not the new ones and such. It's just
There's
like,
so many I can't keep up now.
well, fair argument, but still.
Haven't been paying attention to Pokemon that much in general, but yeah.
Again, sorry for devolving into that.
It's cool.
While I search for my opinions, do any of you have another one?
Oh boy. We're still on the topic of entertainment. I had it just a minute ago. Disney in general kind of sucks now. But that doesn't seem very unpopular.
Well, again, I'm a Disney fanboy. I mean, I have most
I'm a
of the
fangirl of Disney.
I have
movies.
most of the VHS collection of all their films, almost. I'm missing only the wartime films and a bit of the Silver Age, I believe. But
I really wish we didn't get rid of our VHSs. Now I feel like we were stupid to do that.
Well, I'm speaking more.
I know you're talking
from a
about
production and creative standpoint.
I know that's what you're talking about, and I agree with you. Modern Disney is bad. Like, they keep on.
I mean, like, Aladdin as a movie was all right and serviceable, but like, they did not have to do what they did with the extras, that is, they found white extras and put them in brown face, hoping no one would notice.
Wait, that's a serious thing they actually did.
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't tell which extras were which, but that's because I'm face blind. And, you know, I live in the deep south, quite frankly. There just aren't that many Arabic people around here for me to really be able to tell.
I haven't seen the Lion King live action remake yet, but I hear
Oh, yeah.
You hear it's what?
The live action remake for Lion King?
Yeah, you hear it's what now?
I hear some people don't like it.
I mean, like, to me, there's just... Okay, so I know the CGI in it has been picked apart by death, but it's been picked apart to death, but I want to talk for just a minute.
Go ahead.
Because they may have been able to make it work if they had decent direction. The part where Scar tells Simba, run away and never return. In the original, there's a beat there. Simba stares at him for just a minute, and then he slowly turns, and then he turns and scampers away. You know, there's space. You get to feel the emotions that are being felt in that scene. And even if they're going to continue with the absolutely stupid idea not to have the animals emote.
Yeah, that was just kind of off-putting to me. Like, what are they feeling right now?
Yeah, you know,
How? It's like, okay, like, there's a meme on 4chan, like, there's such thing as, like, soul and soulless in entertainment. Like, they keep like, showing, like, examples of, like, something that has a soul and something that doesn't have a soul. And for the longest time, I never believed that was actually a thing. Until you actually showed me The Lion King. That one meme where it's like, they take the Hakuna Matata scene and they place any song in it. And it fits so well.
Yeah, like Take Me to Church.
Yeah.
Like, I never...
Go ahead.
It's just like, there's... Like, my biggest problem with that movie does come down almost entirely to the choices the director made. Not the producers, not the animators, the director. And it's just like, why would you make these choices? What do they add or take away from the narrative? Because I can tell you they take away a lot.
But, like, as I was saying, the the way they did that scene, though, the way you can actually just put any song you want in it, and it just fits. It's like, yeah, I realize now that movie that they made has no soul. It doesn't have any emotion or anything like the
Lady and the
original
Tramp looks
had.
like it does. The Lady and Tramp remake looks like it does.
What?
Oh yeah,
The
the Lady and the
Lady-
Tramp remake. That's supposed to be a thing.
I need to see more clips from it.
It's
To
not coming. It's going to be out on Disney Plus, which I can't afford sadly because my mom will not buy another streaming service.
Yeah, that's
I
stupid.
want to see it so bad because of the doggies. Doggies.
Honestly, I'm not really sure what to make of it.
I don't know. I've been wary of dog movies ever since I got stuck watching Max and American Hero.
I did see
Oh
Marley
yeah,
and Me.
you did mention that movie once. You said it was the worst movie you ever saw.
Not the worst on a technical level. I have made worse on a technical level. But just that movie boils my blood. It really raises my ire. It connects with something primal in me and just rubs it the wrong way. And I just I hate that movie so much. And it has a sequel.
Me.
Okay, here's one that I know I remember. Like, this is something that I've been thinking about lately. And this is something that I really don't know how to word nor make it sound unoffensive. And I hope you two forgive me for this, and you can tell me that we could stop this conversation as soon as I say it. This opinion. Like, my opinion for this one is, no one should... if you don't know how to portray it, don't do it. And the thing in question that I'm talking about is rape.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Like, sorry again. If you feel uncomfortable, we won't talk about this. Because, like, there's two things that I know of that, like, definitely should be in this category. And that's basically, like, Sword Art Online and Maleficent.
Yeah. I do have another opinion if you want to skip over this discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
let's go ahead.
Dora and the Lost City of Gold does not deserve a Razzie, but it will probably get one.
I haven't seen it. I don't plan to because Mom was like, because I heard my mom talking about it with a friend on the phone. Kami, what are you talking about? She's like, you don't need to know. And I said, Mom, tell me the movie. And she's like, Dora. And I'm like, ugh. And just leave the room.
I've seen the poster. I've seen the poster to that film. I walked over to my theater and it was like there in like the posters and such, and I'm like, what am I looking at?
Okay, so I saw that movie in theaters. I had like no expectations for it. And it was actually really funny. This is you guys know what the Bechdel test is, right?
No.
Alright, so the Bechdel test is a commonly applied feminist critique of a movie. And it's just meant to gauge approximately what the female representation in the movie is, not as an indicator of the movie's overall quality. But the test is that there have to be two women with names who talk to each other about something that isn't a man. Dora and the Lost City of Gold passes the test well before this, but it also passes the test with a song about pooping.
What? Are you freaking kidding me?
I am not.
Oh, dear Lord.
It is so dumb and so fun.
I have several questions, all of them beginning with why.
Yeah, that's let's see some other things about this movie. In the universe of this movie, the entire Incan pantheon of gods exists. Boots may be the incarnation of one of them.
What?
Well, that would explain why Danny Trejo voices him then.
By and large, animals don't talk, but Swiper exists.
Swiping, yeah, swiping.
He's just an actual anthropomorphic fox.
So, does he talk, or no?
Yes, he talks.
Okay, who is he voiced by? I need to know this.
Let me, check that out.
If you need to check it out, I will check it out as well.
Dura 2019 Swiper voice.
I'm looking
is Benicio del Toro.
Who?
Benicio del Toro.
Never heard of them.
I'm drawing blanks here as well. I don't know who this guy is.
I don't know who he is. All I know is he did a good job.
Did they give him like a Mexican accent and such?
Let me see if I can find a piece here.
So, last weekend, my family and I watched Scott Pilgrim vs. the World on Netflix.
What'd you think?
Mom said that was a dumb movie.
Oh yeah, it is so dumb.
I think
like the point of it isn't that it's supposed to be smart or anything groundbreaking. It's just supposed to be fun. And fun sense. It is. It is so much fun.
Yeah, I love my favorite scene from it is when he jumps out of the window to avoid knives. Yeah, and you know what? He just left. Now that could be a funny incorrect quote.
I actually thought the Scott Pilgrim movie was actually pretty good. It was actually really good.
It was funny and weird.
I kind of want to read the comic books to it, though. Like, I've played the game, and I know that game is nowhere available now, because, like, all copies of that game are basically gone. Like, it was only a digital copy game, and it was, like, available for, like, I think about, like, 5 years at most, but that game is gone. The only way to play that game now is through emulation. Which I'm hoping will not come to that, because, like, I am hoping that, like, they somehow re-release that game, if anything. If there's one game I definitely want a re-release of, it's Scott Pilgrim. That's something I will admit. So, Aqua, I think it was your turn to give out an unpopular opinion?
Yeah, I think I just said it.
Oh, you did?
About the Scott Pilgrim thing.
What's unpopular about it?
I don't know. It's just my opinion about it.
Your opinion is that it's a fun movie?
And weird. Very weird. I was like, what? When first ex-boyfriend came crashing through.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
When he started singing, my mom was like, why did you pick this movie? And I was like, I just wanted to see the scene where he jumps out the window.
That movie is well made.
Chris Evans was in it, though, so yeah. His eyebrows, though. I was like, I can't take his character seriously with those eyebrows.
Oh, wait! Chris Evans was the vegan, wasn't he?
No, that was the Superman Returns dude.
Wait, then who was Chris Evans?
Lucas Lee.
Oh, he's the skateboarder!
Mm-hmm.
How did I not recognize him?
Those eyebrows.
And his hair, not blonde.
True, yes.
I did recognize it because of his face and because when I saw him in the Fantastic Four movies, the first two, not the new remake.
Hold on. I think I'm about to get interrupted. I'm just gonna mute myself for a minute.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of which, speaking of Chris Evans, that is.
Hmm?
Did you hear he's directing now? He's, going to direct something, like a film?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, I don't know what that film's gonna be, but you know what? I hope whatever he's directing, it's going to be fun. Like a really fun movie. He's probably not directing now, but he probably will when it comes to, I don't know, maybe about, let's say 2021 or something like that.
I cried like a little bitch at the ending for Endgame. His final scene.
You mean when one of the characters die? I mean, I know who dies thanks to, Spider-Man Far From Home.
Mm-hmm. I'm not saying who though.
Yeah.
I did, but I cried so hard at the end and especially when the credits were rolling, I couldn't stop myself from crying. And let me tell you, it hurts to cry now because my eye surgeries. Now my eyes just sting really hard whenever I cry.
Ouch. You okay?
Yeah, it just happens. I just have to be careful not to cry too much, or else that happens.
Alright then. Let's see if I can actually find something real quick. Hold on.
If I get engaged for my birthday, I'm gonna wait till Sunday so my mom and dad can watch it together when we're all together in the same room. Because that's when dad visits on Sundays. I want to see both their reactions to the movie. If I get it for my birthday, that is.
Alright. I think I have our next section set up.
Okay.
While we're waiting for Flautus to appear. Alright. Let's see here. Let's play a game of Would You Rather.
Alright.
Alright, let's see what we get. Would you rather do 10,000 jumping jacks without a break or 2,000 sit-ups without a break?
2,000 sit-ups because I have asthma, so 10,000 jumping jacks without a break, that would be torture for me.
Fair enough.
Yeah, the sit-ups I think I could handle, though I can barely lift myself up with doing exercises.
I think I could do the sit-ups. Jumping
Someone
jacks
has
as
to hold
well. I wouldn't be able to do the high number that they're asking. Maybe somewhere in between, but I'd probably I'd probably try and do the 2,000 sit-ups.
I'd probably just collapse past the 10 mark. Because I'm too weak.
What are we talking about?
Oh, we're playing Would You Rather. A game of it.
Oh.
We could play a bit of this and then go back to the conversation of opinions.
Sure.
Alrighty.
Alright, so we already answered this, but would you rather do 10,000 jumping jacks without a break or do 2,000 sit-ups without a break?
2,000 sit-ups.
Yeah, every one of us seems to go to that one.
I get winded easier on jumping jacks, but my abs, I have abs of steel. They're just kind of covered up.
Not me.
I have built my abs in the gym. It's time for me to reveal them in the kitchen, so.
Alright. Here's the next would you rather question that I got. Would you rather order a beer at a gay bar or order a mudslide at a sports bar?
I'm not legal age yet for drinking, so I can't really answer.
I don't like drinking whatsoever. But I don't even know.
I don't much care for it, but I'm also a girl, so like ordering a mudslide at a sports bar would probably have fewer consequences for me.
I don't even know what a mudslide is.
It's one of the very few alcoholic drinks that also involves a dairy.
Ah. Doesn't really sound advertising.
Yeah. I mean, that said, I found I actually enjoy daiquiris, but they're basically just a slushy with some rum in them.
Ah. So, really, none of us really have an answer for this one.
Yeah. Because we're just not drinkers, you guys.
Unless you consider me being a Pepsi drinker.
Okay, here's another one. Would you rather have a lightsaber from Star Wars or have a phaser from Star Trek?
I don't know what a phaser is, so I guess a lightsaber, even though I'm not a Star Wars fan.
I have an idea of what a phaser is, mostly because I have seen some episodes of Star Trek. It's basically like this laser gun that can set the stun and such, or lethality. So
yeah, like it's like a gun, but it doesn't have to be deadly necessarily. Like guns have one setting, and that setting is bullet. Phasers have multiple settings. So, I mean, I guess it would depend on the context, but like in my everyday life, I think I would be able to use a lightsaber more than a phaser.
Plus, with the lightsaber, you can get multiple different models of that thing. Like
it's a good light source, I guess.
Like you can get like a lightsaber that has two lightsabers built into it. Or you can get something like Kylo Ren's lightsaber. So basically, with the lightsaber, you have more options than, well, the phaser, really. I mean, like, the phaser could make, like, a good, like, I know what it is. Mace, if you think about it. Like, you know, mace that's pepper spray and such.
Yeah.
But with a lightsaber, you can have more options and such.
Yeah, like a lightsaber can be used for a handful of practical purposes. You know, for basically the same purposes you can use a sword for. I mean, ultimately it does come down to, this is basically just a sci-fi version of the sword versus gun debate.
Well, I got a would you rather question.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Would you rather wield a Keyblade or wield Mjolnir from Marvel?
For one thing, I know I'm not worthy, so I'm going with the Keyblade. Well, then again, I couldn't be worthy for that one either. Technically, I'm probably not worthy for either.
Yeah, same. But if somehow I were, the Keyblade has more forms.
That is true.
I go with Keyblade too, because I think I'd break my arm lifting Mjolnir. Because I'm too weak.
Well, technically, Mjolnir would be...
I mean, that said, if I used hammers more often, you bet I'd be using Mjolnir.
Well, technically, Mjolnir would be lightweight to whoever is worthy and such, except to the foe who hits him with. So, you wouldn't actually technically break your arm with Mjolnir.
Oh. I want a Keyblade prop of my own now.
But yeah, definitely.
They're too damn expensive.
I did see this question. It was, would you rather babysit Caillou for an hour or stick your hand in a deep fryer for 30 seconds?
Oh gosh! I do not want to do the deep fryer! Gosh!
I'm just like, guys, grow up. Yeah, Caillou's whiny and annoying, but he's 4.
Well, yeah, that is true, but the deep fryer I would never do. I don't care what the situation is. I'm going with the kid. I'm going with the brat. Like,
I gotta deal with my sister. I have to deal with my sister ever since she was a baby, so yeah.
Hold on.
all right. Like, the image of people actually doing that, like,
Okay, yeah, I see your point, so I'm changing my mind, going with just babysitting.
and
You could get paid for that at least.
Yeah, I mean, like, you could get paid for that, or, you know, then again, I'm evidently a crazy person because I volunteered to run the kids' workshops at my work.
I'm not a kids person.
I mean, it's an early morning, but, like, the kids show up, their parents don't abandon them there, and they get to build something, and they come up to you, and they show you their work, and you write them a little certificate saying they completed the thing, and then they go on their way. BRB.
Alright. You know, I have an irrational fear now. Like, an irrational fear of actually losing the body part. That's an irrational fear. I don't know why I have. Like, all of a sudden, I'm now worried that I'm going to lose a body part someday, and I'm just like, I don't want this. I don't want this at all. Why is this in my head? Why am I afraid of this all of a sudden?
Why are you afraid of what all of a sudden?
Like, what am I... like, I now have this irrational fear of losing a body part, or losing a hand, a leg, a foot.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't know why, but I'm having this irrational fear for some reason.
Maybe
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
No, it's not your fault, it's just... I just don't know why I have it.
I have an irrational fear of breathing in strange gases in confined spaces. I can't take laughing gas at the dentist. I have to be like, okay, give me a minute, then shoot me up with Novocaine.
I can't really...
I mean, like, I'm also afraid of needles, but the needle takes less time.
True. That's very true.
I think I have OCD, so I sometimes have irrational thoughts. But I just learn to ignore them the best I can.
Mm-hmm.
Medicine's helping me with that, too.
Alright, here's another would you rather. Would you rather see how you die, or would you rather see who you will marry?
See who I'll marry, definitely.
I don't know. If you go with the die, you'd be prepared to see how you actually die.
I don't like thinking about death when it comes to that kind of stuff related to me.
That is...
because that would just make me freak out.
That is true.
I'd pick seeing how I die, but mainly because I'm pretty sure I already know who I'm gonna marry.
I have no idea if I'll ever get married.
Same with that opinion. Which is why I went to the left side.
I mean, like, though for me, there's an added risk with seeing who I'm gonna marry, and that risk is, what if it's not the person I think it is?
Oh yeah, that is actually a problem. I think the left is technically better than the right if you think about it. Alright, on to the next one. Nah, that one doesn't seem like a good question. Okay, would you rather dance like Michael Jackson or sing like Freddie Mercury? I'm going with Freddie Mercury here.
I can't dance. I can't really.
Do I get the low manly voice if I choose Freddie Mercury? Like, do I speak with this? Do I speak with the kind of voice Freddie Mercury had in everyday things, or does the Freddie Mercury only kick in when I'm singing?
That is a good question. Honestly, though, I'm going with Freddie Mercury because I'm a fan of Freddie Mercury. I love Queen.
I mean, like, because dancing like Michael Jackson doesn't have too many opportunities to show off. Where getting the voice of Freddie Mercury, that's something I would get every single day.
But you also gotta remember, like, Freddie Mercury had, like, this huge overbite, which I'm not saying it's bad, but it's...
I already have a huge overbite. I'm not losing anything in that deal.
Oh.
I don't know.
Fair enough.
About me.
Like, but still, sorry if that sounded offensive.
It's okay.
But yeah, I'd definitely go with Freddie Mercury.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Freddie Mercury too. Unless, like, because to have his sing... Because, like, if I had his voice, I don't know, it's heavily contingent on whether the voice is a 24/7 thing.
Alright, here's a new one. Would you rather hang out with Pooh Bear, or would you hang out with Baloo from the Jungle Book?
Pooh Bear! Definitely Pooh Bear!
I feel like I'd get along better with Baloo.
Honestly, I like both bears, but... yeah, I'd rather hang out and chill with Baloo. I mean, I like Pooh Bear and such, he's okay, but there's not really a lot to do with Pooh Bear. All he does really is just eat honey, just go on small adventures. With Baloo, at least, you have the options of doing, like, being lazy, yes, but at least you get to learn what bears do in the woods, at least. Not to mention,
I really wanted to go to I really wish I could go to the 100-acre wood myself.
although there's also another thing with Baloo. He also flies a plane.
That is true.
Is that in, like, Tailspin?
Yes.
Yep.
I haven't seen that yet.
Do I necessarily want to be in a plane Baloo is piloting?
I
don't know.
can't really remember how he flies his plane. All I remember is that sky surfing thing that one kid had. You know, he's coming back in the new DuckTales.
DuckTales, woo! Every day they're out there making DuckTales, woohoo!
Alright, here's the next question. Would you rather never be able to compliment or never be able to complain?
Never. I love complaining, honestly.
I love them both. It's hard to choose.
I know, this one is hard. I mean, like...
but I think I'm gonna take never be able to complain.
I mean, yeah, that
because I've been trying to complain less, because I know it's annoying to other people.
I mean, like... people do need to vent. If they aren't able to complain, then, like, they're going to basically explode in anger someday. Like, people need to be angry occasionally. And I do like being and I do like complimenting. I compliment a lot of people. But not...
like, then that brings things into backhanded compliments and sarcasm.
It really is a hard thing to pick between. Alright, let's go on to the next one. Okay, would you rather be a famous athlete in the Olympics, known around the world, or be a famous actor, known only in America?
Famous actor, because I can't do sports for shit anymore.
Athlete.
I used to play soccer, but yeah, I kept pulling my muscles, and I just got too lazy.
Soccer and karate for me.
I did marching band.
That's a sport?
There's some debate about whether it's a sport, but I mean, I believe it is. Because it's a team activity with organized competitions.
Oh, hi,
that
Min's
are
picture.
usually recognized.
Hi, Mins. Sorry I didn't notice you until now. You go on first.
If you guys haven't seen some of the stuff that goes down at Drum Corps International, you should see some of the stuff that goes down at Drum Corps International.
Are you eating something?
Yeah.
Ah.
My brother brought me a donut, that's why I had to leave.
Donut!
Donuts are tasty.
Here's the link to DCI.org. I got to see a DCI competition once.
Cool.
It was amazing. The things these people are able to pull off.
Anyway.
I'm not sure what my favorite drum corps is. I do. Oh man, there's so many good ones.
While you're searching, hi, Min's Pinch. It's been a while since we saw you. I know we usually meet each other in Quiplash and such, but we decided to do something new today. Like, I wanted to try and do a podcast, which is why we have Bonehead with a Microphone, Episode 1, Different Opinions. And yes, I am doing good. Thank you for asking how I am. But we're now playing a game. We're still doing the different opinions topic, but we're playing a quick game of Would You Rather first. Although we were talking a bit about it for about 30 minutes, I believe, maybe 40. I'm not sure. But back on that topic, I'd be the famous actor. I feel like I'd rather disappoint America than disappoint the whole entire world with the Olympics. Because
oh yeah, the DCI event I got to see had performances by the Concord, California Blue Devils, the Canton, Ohio Bluecoats, the Allentown, Pennsylvania Cadets, Carolina Crown from South Carolina, the Cavaliers from Illinois. Who else? The Santa Clara Vanguard, and the Spirit of Atlanta and the Seattle Cascades.
Neat. That's a bunch of drumming teams.
It's not just drums, it is percussion, color guard, and brass.
Hold on. There's my whistle. If none of you heard it, that is.
I heard it. Let's see. Ooh, the Blue Devils show for this year was called Ghostlight. That's pretty cool. I think my favorite corps was the Cavaliers.
Alright, then here's another one. You guys ready for this question?
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather be a robot or be an alien?
Alien, because I would not want to lose my individuality.
Who says you have to lose your individuality if you're a robot?
Yeah, good point.
I'm not trying to change your answer and such. I'm just asking,
I don't know. Oh, I'll be right back.
Alright, then. What do you think, Ash?
I think I would be a robot.
I think I'd be the robot.
Interchangeable parts for the win.
Exactly. You get that. Not to mention, well, you live a long while as well. I don't see any downside to being a robot, except for being rusty. That's one problem. And plus, you probably won't be able to go out in the rain that much. That's the only other problem.
Yeah. Yeah, it would probably be hard to swim, too.
So yeah, you're only limited to about, like, terrains that aren't wet and such.
Yeah.
That seems to be the only problem with being a robot.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to find... It might have been Carolina Crown I liked at that point.
Sorry if I'm interrupting you, by the way.
No, it's okay. There we go. Yep, it was Carolina Crown. They had this show called E = MC squared.
I'll have to listen to that one later.
I will put it in the chat for you.
Alright.
But, so with high school marching bands, the field, you get 15 minutes to get on the field, do your show, and get off the field. So most shows are about 10 minutes.
Okay, I'm back. What'd I miss?
Oh.
With Drum Corps International, they have 20 minutes to get on and off the field, and most of their shows are 15.
Neat.
So it's a highly competitive thing, and even though whether or not it's officially recognized as a sport, which it may or may not be, I consider it a sport in the same way I consider cheerleading a sport. Cheerleading is not officially recognized as a sport, and because of that, Varsity, the company that basically runs cheerleading at the competitive level, gets to get away with a whole bunch of things that would not fly if cheerleading was considered a sport, like, say, skimping on the medical staff they have on hand. So cheerleading injuries can be very serious and not get treated in a timely manner because of the lack of medical staff at events. That would have to be there if it were legally considered a sport.
Alright, so, on to the next question. You don't mind, do you?
Yeah.
You do mind?
No, on to the next question.
Oh, okay then. Here's a real good one. Would you rather have every movie you watch replace the lead role with Nicolas Cage, or have every song you hear performed by Nickelback?
Every movie I watch replaced with Nicolas Cage.
I actually like a few of Nickelback's old songs.
Honestly, I'm kind of torn between here, because, like, I like Nicolas Cage, because Nicolas Cage can act occasionally, but he does so well acting so bat crap insane.
Ghost Rider.
I'm just saying, though, that, like, one of my favorite movies is Miss Congeniality.
Oh, gosh.
What? I haven't seen that one.
The lead role is that of a woman who is an FBI agent and a total tomboy. And a terrorist threat is called into the Miss America pageant. So in order to infiltrate the pageant, they have to have a contestant. So this tomboy chick has to infiltrate the pageant as a contestant, even though she has no idea how to do her own makeup or brush her hair, and it takes an entire team of people to get her looking halfway decent for it. And the whole time she's competing for Miss America.
Huh.
While also trying to stop terrorists from blowing up the Miss America pageant.
Wow.
It's a perfect role for Nicolas Cage.
Oh yeah, I did post a funny a cute Instagram pic I found of a dog on the part where in the chat.
Oh, I didn't notice. Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a cute dog.
Yeah. She's so cute.
Yeah.
She's from Jenna Marbles' channel.
I don't think anyone can see the dog though right now. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's okay. I just wanted to show it to you.
Do you think it would be okay for me to share this dog or no?
I have no idea.
If this belongs to like a YouTube person, then probably not.
Yeah, it belongs to Jenna Marbles.
Never heard of them.
She's a YouTube person.
Mm-hmm. With the cute dogs.
But yeah, I am now imagining Nicolas Cage in that movie you mentioned, Miss Congeniality. I've seen that film. I like it, but it's so hard to imagine Nicolas Cage with it. All I could see is like a photoshopped Nicolas Cage head onto the character of Sandra Bullock's character.
My God.
Okay, but all I'm saying is the part where she's dressed up in that Bavarian outfit and she tackles the guy in the crowd.
Oh yeah, that scene.
I'm just imagining Nicolas Cage in that.
I can already imagine the face they would use for it.
Or the part where she realizes that the bomb is in the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
And she has to wrestle it from her best friend.
And not to mention her rival, Texas. And then you have the other option right over here, Nickelback.
Never made as a wise man, couldn't as a poor man stealing.
Okay.
Like a blind man.
I think we can go back to unpopular opinions again, because I would like to give an unpopular opinion here.
Alrighty.
Why does everyone hate Nickelback?
I honestly don't know.
I haven't heard enough of them to not like them.
Like, I really don't know why everyone hates Nickelback. Like, everyone's like, oh man, Nickelback's the worst things ever. I mean, have you heard Chad Kroeger sing? It's horrible. And I'm just like, Chad Kroeger's a decent singer.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of liked some of the songs he did. The other problem I hear is that every song that Nickelback does, it's the same song. And I'm just like, okay, so it's the same song. Everyone has that problem. Well, not everyone, but some people have that problem as well. It's not just Nickelback.
Yeah.
I may not be able to name a few artists that do that, but I'm pretty sure there are more artists aside from Nickelback that actually sing the same song over and over again. Or at least have songs that sound way too similar to each other. Alright, sorry about that. But I will agree.
No need to apologize. I'm just trying to think of my next unpopular opinion.
Well, I actually do have another unpopular opinion in mind.
Alright.
Okay, and I know this is gonna definitely make my friends mad. Or at least one friend mad. Inside Out is not as great as a movie as people say it is.
You take that back! Bing Bong made me cry!
Bang bong, bang bong.
I'm sorry. That one,
I'm kidding, of course, but go on.
I'm sorry, I just can't really get into that film. I was like, I understand it. That film is good. I will say that the film is good. But it's not as good as everyone says it is. They're just like, oh, this film is amazing. It's so inspiring. It understands me so well. I'm just like, that's not you though. That's not how this works. This isn't a film that's about you. This is a film that just tells a story. And it is a good story, mind you. It's just not as good as everyone says it is. Like, I don't really feel an emotional connection to every character that they have. I mean, they're good, but it's not that great of a film in my opinion.
I still do like the idea that Pixar's just been like, what if blank had feelings? And then when they got to Inside Out, it was like, what if your feelings had feelings?
Mm-hmm.
That is technically a funny thought, but still.
Yeah.
I mean, I can admire it because they went through several writing phases. Like, they had to rewrite the script so many times in order to make that movie perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And while it is the best script that they had, because originally they wanted a villain for that film, which probably would have destroyed it. It would have made it a lot worse than it is right now, than what we have. I'm not saying it's a horrible film, mind you. I did not mean it that way. I mean, like, some of the points where it feels like that Bing Bong was supposed to be written as a villain, even though that's not the case. Like, again, that movie is kind of good, but it's just not as great as every other Pixar movie that I know of.
Okay.
Again, I'm sorry for that opinion. That opinion I know will get
No
someone mad.
need to apologize. I was just being silly.
Oh, sorry. Some sort of button came on. Well, anyways.
It's okay.
You were thinking, did you find your unpopular opinion?
I have one, but, you know, the thing is, I would be lying if I said it.
Really?
Yeah. For anyone who's seen The Dragon Prince, Erebos isn't that hot. Of course I'm
I
lying.
can agree with that. Like, there are several hotter people than Erebos.
Oh, like who?
Oh boy.
Tamaki Suo?
Okay, I'll give you that. But, like, Tamaki's hotness was a joke. Literally. It was one of the main jokes in the series.
Edward Elric?
Certainly not as a child like he was for most of the series. I could maybe see it once he grew up.
Shoot, this is harder than I thought to answer.
And here I was thinking you would name someone like Amaya or Sarai or maybe Janai or Claudia.
Well, you
maybe
said
Ramon.
Avaros. You said Avaros was the sexiest man. But I was like, okay, I'd have to think sexy man, think of sexy man. But then I realized, but that one part of my mind is saying, what are you doing? What are you doing? I really have no idea how to answer that part of my mind. Well, anyways.
I mean, really, but, like, I didn't say he's the sexiest man. I said he's not that hot as a character. And really, character has no gender.
That is true. That is definitely true. So, any other unpopular opinions?
I got nothing.
You got nothing?
If this is all our unpopular opinions related to entertainment, man, all of my unpopular opinions related to driving are actually very popular opinions.
Ah.
And they're things like, when you're approaching an on-ramp on the interstate, move into the left lane so you don't crash into whoever's getting on the interstate.
And I don't drive yet, so I can't answer that.
And I'm
I
basically
get way too much road rage.
Me too.
and I'm basically just basically a walking hazard whenever I drive.
Me, I just scream
Don't
at
you mean a
idiots on the
driving
road
hazard?
in the passenger seat.
Well, yeah,
Um,
I guess you would mean I guess I would mean driving hazard, but still.
Like, I mean, I also think that if if your blinker is not engaged, you should not be able to merge or turn. Like, no blinker, no turn.
All right.
But that's just because, like, nobody uses their blinker whenever they pass me, and it drives me up the wall.
What's that beeping I hear?
Oh, that's a random thing that I accidentally turned on. I can't really turn it off.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a problem. So
Let's see.
Let's see.
Oh yeah. Also, the reason why I am super salty about the moving over when you approach an on-ramp is that I almost got run over by a semi this week.
Are you?
Oh, shit.
Whoa! I mean, are you okay?
I'm fine. If I had gotten run over by a semi, I wouldn't be in this stream.
That probably was a weird thing to say, would it be?
But no, I was trying to get on the interstate, and of course I used the on-ramp to get up to speed. That's what the on-ramp is for. So I was at about 65 miles an hour, ready to merge on the interstate, and all of a sudden, out of the corner of my eye, I see this big semi coming up on me, so I have to slam on my brakes and stay off the road for a little bit. On the shoulder of the road, while this guy passes me, doing 60 for some reason. And so finally I get behind him, and then immediately I have to speed up to 80 to pass him. And it's just like, all of this could have been avoided if you had been in the left lane, sir.
Exactly.
Jeez. And this is why we live in a town.
I'll never drive in general. Again, I'm mostly a driving hazard. I cannot get in a wheel and stay calm, basically. I nearly ran over 3 light poles when I drove.
Oh.
So yeah, that's the reason why I don't drive.
I have to have music on to calm my road rage. It still doesn't work sometime.
I'm just worried I might accidentally lose control and run someone else, like space out.
Because where I live, like, the speed limit on the interstate is 70. The flow of traffic is 85. And the following distance most people use is, I'm not touching you.
She's touching me. She's touching me. I'm not touching you. It's free air.
Which is a big concern when you're going 85 miles an hour. Because, if anything, like, if the person in front of you has to brake for some reason, you do not have time to come to a stop. And the person behind you has even less time to come to a stop because they're all up in your bumper.
That is true, yes.
So basically, any accident on the highway is immediately going to become a pile-up. But, I mean, if I don't like it, I guess I can move. someday. But I mean, I guess there are also idiot drivers everywhere.
So, I was about to say, should we move on to the next opinion, or are you not done?
We should probably move on before I work myself into a road rage on the stream.
Oh shit.
So,
I'm just super salty about it.
So, Aqua, do you have any?
I have no idea. Sorry, I was just thinking about what to write next for my in my fan fiction with Dino's help.
That brings me back to my unpopular opinion about the MCU.
Oh no.
We should stop waiting for the MCU to give us what fanfiction has been giving us for years.
Literally, that could go to anything. That argument can go to anything, not just the MCU.
Like, just straight up, if you don't read fanfiction, you're missing out.
Because, like, for one thing, that's probably the same argument that you can make for, like, Kingdom Hearts 3 and such. Because, again, you have... I mean, people are going to, like, want something at least to satisfy their wait. So what do they turn to? Fanfiction. And that fanfiction basically gives us false hope and what we actually want to see happen and such.
Helps me escape reality.
Well, that too.
I'm just like, if I want to see the Hulk and Wolverine share a bonding moment over a campfire, I can read about it in a fanfiction.
Exactly.
And it'll probably be better written than what it would be if the Marvel writers actually weren't cowards and actually put that kind of thing in their movies. Heyo!
Heyo, indeed!
Heyo!
I just think that sometimes writers just need to take a break from what they're actually doing and actually look at what they're writing and be like, hey, this is not really good. Maybe I should write something different.
But I mean, I have to wonder how much of it is studio meddling, because in order to make the movies sellable in foreign markets, most notably China, there are certain things they have to be able to edit out and have the movie still be able to make sense.
Tell that to Dark Phoenix. I heard that Dark Phoenix really tanked, especially in Japan and China. Which is really, really sad. I mean, I knew that film was gonna suck when I saw the costumes. It's like, well, crap, they got shitty costumes now. But after seeing it, do you know how long it lasted in my theater?
Nope.
How long?
1 week.
Oof.
Ow.
Oof.
That film lasted less time than, like, Men in Black. And that movie was said to have bombed. But it lasted a lot longer than frickin' Dark Phoenix.
Oh.
When you fail that much, you know you messed up.
Was there a Quicksilver scene to at least today?
No, I didn't actually go see Dark Phoenix. I actually went to see that MIB movie.
Ah.
And I actually did have a bit of fun watching that.
Oh yeah, that's right. I wanted to see MIB.
Yeah, because that is Tessa Thompson. No, yeah, Chris Hemsworth.
I just want to see it because Men in Black, and also the trailer with, oh shit!
Mind if I give an opinion of that film?
Sure.
That film was a 6 out of 10. Like...
Hey, that's better than average.
I know, but it's like... The main character to that film, the female lead, she feels way too much like a Mary Sue. And that's saying something when I think she's more of a Mary Sue than what's her name from Star Wars?
Rey?
Rey, yes.
Okay, but, like, Rey doesn't seem like a Mary Sue to me. Everything she does has in-universe justification for why she's able to do it.
Yeah, I don't see the arguments of why Rey's a Mary Sue either. I just know that's the first example that went to my head when it comes to, like, female characters in movies that are basically considered Mary Sues for some reason. But this one actually legitimately did feel like a Mary Sue. Like, she figured... Okay, mind if I spoil?
Go ahead.
Okay, for one thing, she was not affected by the neuralization. Secondly, she helps out an alien, which she meets years later and instantly recognizes and instantly quotes what that alien said to her years and years ago.
I can't even remember a simple math equation to save my life.
Thirdly, she finds the Men in Black on her own. No help whatsoever. She just discovers it by herself, and then they are basically like, yeah, we're going to let you join because you found us. And it's like, no, some of this just feels like BS and Mary Sue-ish.
Now, how did she not get neuralized?
I forgot. I'm not sure if she actually did look into it or if she looked away from it.
Because, I mean, if she looked away from it, that's less Mary Sue-ish and more...
Coincidence?
And more... Yeah. That's more of a plot convenience.
Ah.
But, I mean, if she was looking into it, then yeah, that's a Mary Sue. And that's coming from someone who created a character just to be a Mary Sue, and her name is Mary Sue.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hey, after this podcast, do you want to go back to the RP?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
And, like, my Mary Sue is a busty lesbian cabbage pirate ninja. With random superpowers that come on 10 seconds before she needs them and leave as soon as she doesn't need them anymore. And they're always just plot convenient.
Definitely Mary Sue.
Again, the entire purpose of her character is to play around with what is a Mary Sue, and does Mary Sue count?
Okay, going back to that question of what a Mary Sue counts. Mind if I say something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I know this one's going to be offensive, and I'm sorry if it is.
Go ahead.
What's with the recent upburst with films, especially films, and all kinds of media, pushing forward girl power and such? Like, I don't mind it. It's just like, why is that the main focus instead of actually doing a character?
No idea.
I mean, some of it is that the appearance of being progressive is profitable for companies right now. And some of it is probably that a lot of screenwriters are women, actually, and these are actually just power fantasies. Because, I mean, like, if you think about it, Batman's kind of a Mary Sue. He's totally just a power fantasy.
That is true, yes.
You know, Superman's a Mary Sue.
Mm-hmm. That's definitely the case. There's been huge numbers of
Whether Luke
debates.
Skywalker counts as a Mary Sue depends on how big Womp Rats are. If they are actually over 2 meters, he is not a Mary Sue. Because if he's been fighting off packs of 6-foot-tall rats his whole life, that's some force training without necessarily being force training. But if they're the size of normal rats, I might be inclined to have my doubts.
Again,
But, like, the point is, lots of male characters totally count as Mary Sues. They just don't get called that. They get called power fantasies.
I thought it was called Gary Stew.
well, there's that as well, yes. And, like, that argument can be made. And I'm not saying that it's wrong for, like I said, I wasn't saying that it was wrong to push that agenda. Again, I'm fine with it. If you have a strong female character, go ahead and push her forward. But if you're just writing in that character just to say, women, I don't really know how to word this.
Yeah, girl power. Like, here's the thing. Like, I feel like there should be a test. We can call it the end game test. And that is... Huh?
Sorry, I was just thinking about the We Didn't Start the Fire Endgame song. And the cast did.
So, there was a guy... So, like, with Avengers Endgame, if you edit out all the examples of the strong female characters actually being badass, you can still have a coherent movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like a test for movies should be that if you edit out all the parts where you're strong female characters, or you can fill in the blank for whatever representation you want in it, and it's still coherent, you have not actually written a movie with decent representation. Like, taking out those characters should make the movie incoherent. If that's what you're going to do.
I guess that makes sense. Again, sorry if that question sounded offensive, by the way.
No, it's okay. This actually gives me a chance to praise the Dragon Prince a little bit more. As a show, because, like, let's say you edited out everything to do with General Amaya. By the time Corvus comes around to tell Ezran he's the king, it's not gonna make sense. You know?
Yeah.
Because Amaya is actually important to the plot, even though she doesn't have very much screen time.
Nor any words to say.
Yeah. Even though Gren literally does all her speaking for her, because she's deaf.
Mm-hmm. I guess you're right, actually.
But still, if you edited out everything to do with her, you would lose a lot of important elements of the show.
I guess you could say the same thing for, like, I'm thinking of Last of Us. Remember that one? You could say the same thing for, like, Ellie. She is important to the story.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's said to be the cure and such for this oncoming virus, for all that turn people into fungi zombies and such. If you took her...
Yeah, infected.
And if you took her out of the story, there would be no story whatsoever. There'd be no reason to take that journey.
Mm-hmm.
She's simultaneously a very strong character and the MacGuffin.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I want to play that game again now. So that would mean I'd have to restart the whole story again.
Mm-hmm.
And go and have to fight those damn bloaters again.
I had to restart that story 5 times.
It's just that good.
No, not because of that. Because my PS3 fried 5 times.
Oh.
Oof.
I have the HD edition.
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting the HD edition someday. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and take those 5 times and take a rest away from it. Again, Last of Us is a great game.
Oh, yeah.
It's just I don't want to play it after playing the intro 5 times and seeing Joel's daughter die in his arms 5 times.
Yeah, that's kind of hard to watch.
Yeah, The Last of Us was very well done.
Can't wait to see how they do Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah, that should be really interesting.
They're taking forever to release the release date, though.
Well, they recently released the release date for Death Stranding, Kojima's game.
Coming November.
Yep. Let's see, how long have we been on? How long have we been on? About like an hour 50 at most.
3 minutes to my birthday, so yeah.
Alright, how about we do a 3-minute countdown? Let's do at least 3 more minutes. And say happy birthday to our friend Aqua.
Okay.
Do we have to sing?
You don't have to, trust me.
I'll sing!
Okay.
Yes, I've been moving my mouth for so long with no audio coming out. It's about time I, gosh darn, sing.
I actually have to draw this scene now. Like after we get off the stream, like just Skeletor, like singing "Happy Birthday."
Really looking forward to my birthday tomorrow, but I also have to wait to open my presents because my mom has to work until 4:30. And my sister won't get home until like 3 because she's in.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I have to work from 8 in the morning to 5 in the afternoon tomorrow.
Oh, that's gonna suck.
The only thing that's gonna suck about it is being there at 8 in the morning. But
I gotta work tomorrow at 9. First thing I gotta do is clean up the tubs.
I gotta work on my photography assignment.
I may have to restock the wire rack, and that's no fun because it takes 3 hands to do.
Ooh.
Alright then. So, what do you think we should do next podcast? What do you think is a discussion that we can talk about? Something that would be very interesting for you guys.
No idea.
We could try and do a long debate with the audience about what is technically the worst Disney movie, or just the worst movie in general.
Emoji Movie.
I don't know, like, Emoji Movie, it's bad as a concept, but, like, it wasn't that bad on a technical level. Monos the Hands of Fate might be a really bad movie. But, like, even then, the concept isn't that bad for a horror movie, but the execution is...
really, really bad. I've seen only the MS3...
And MST3K?
Yes, exactly! I've only seen that, and even then, I know it's bad.
Oh, yeah. I got to watch Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Okay.
That one was pretty bad, but it was at least funny. They had an actual plane crash on one of their locations, and they worked it into the script because they didn't have enough money to reshoot.
Oh, man.
But yeah, you could definitely make some arguments about what's the worst movie. Like, again, I think that should be like a conversation that we should try next podcast if we actually do it. And maybe try and get more guests along the way. Like, maybe we could try and get, like, Chili Punk, maybe add in, like, John Mark.
IHO?
Yeah, IHO might be someone that we could add.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe Dino.
It has been over 3 minutes.
Oh, it has?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, then.
Warm up, Skeletor.
Me. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Aqua. I'm glad you're not He-Man, or else I would have destroyed you. Happy birthday to you. I'm not Papyrus. Yeah!
Thank you.
Thank you, Skeletor.
You're welcome! Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to bed. It's late.
Yeah. So I'll talk to you guys later then.
Well, that's all of our podcast. So, any last words you guys need to say? Or technically not need, but want to say?
Kingdom Hearts 3 rules.
Alright, fair enough.
Dora and the Lost City of Gold should be called Dora and the Lost City of Comedy Gold. Now go see it.
And I guess my last words are, I hope you all had a good time. If you guys want some suggestions of what we should do to make this podcast better, or if you just want us to see something for us to talk about in the podcast, just comment below. Maybe I might do this for my DeviantArt link as well. Like, ask, and maybe do some art showcases. That was also another thing I wanted to do. Art showcases. And maybe we could do that. Like, and maybe interview some of the artists there. I'm pretty sure I might get some people that might be interested. So, again, I really hope that this podcast thing does actually pull through, because, like, I just want to goof around with friends. I want to talk, and I feel like this is a good way to do this. So, if we ever do this again, I hope that it will be fun. I hope we can actually entertain you. I wish you all a good day. And a good night, if you're actually watching this at night. So, that is all I have to say. Good night, everybody. Have a great evening. And hopefully we'll have a better picture aside from this picture of Skeletor. Stop making my mouth bleed!